All right, it's Mr. P helps with Algebra 2. This is Unit 6, Topic 1 SLT3. We're going to be talking about the empirical rule and using standard deviations to find, as we'll see, find numbers. Which of the following statements is false? The distribution is symmetric. It's not symmetric. Distribution is not symmetric. Distribution has an outlier. It does have an outlier right there. Has a gap of data. It does have a gap right there. Which of the measures is appropriate to describe the variation spread of the distribution? The interquartile range. Which measure is the most appropriate to describe the variation? So I would say probably the mean absolute deviation, which is going to split it up into distances away from the center. All right, so what do you notice between these two normal distributions? So this shows you 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, 3 standard deviations away from the center. And down here, you can see the percentages that we talked about on the last video. So I think I actually shared you one that was different than this one, but this is the numbers that I was given. This is the most standard used. If you add that up, that means that 68% of the data is within 1 standard deviation, either above or below. 95% of the data is within 2 standard deviations, and 99.7%, almost all of the data is within 3 standard deviations. All right, so when you're given a question like this, the first thing you're given is the mean and the standard deviation. We're being told what they are, so I'm going to put those numbers down here. So 222 goes there. And the standard deviation means that's the distance away, so that's plus 14 on this side, gives me 236. If I add 14 again, I get 250, and then if I add 14 again, I get 264. Do the same thing subtracting, so I'm going to go 222 minus 14 gives me 208, and then subtract 14 again, you get 194, and then subtract 14 again, and you get 180. All right, so that means 68% of the data is from within 1 standard deviation. So that's from 208 to 236. 2 standard deviations is from 194 to 250. That's everything within 2 standard deviations. And this arrow right here shows everything within 3 standard deviations, which will be 99.7% of the data. And you would just do the same thing for all these questions. So put 86 right here to the mean, and then just count by 7s going up, decrease by 7s going down, and then you can do the same steps. These questions are just practicing the same thing. So I'm going to go to this question. If the mean is 50, so I'm going to do the same beginning steps, and the standard deviation is 6, that's going up by 6s, and then up by 6 again, then up by 6 again. I'll do the same thing going down by 6. Down by 6 would be 38, down by 6 again would be 32. What percentage of data is between 32 and 44? So I'm going to count these two categories together. So that's 2.35 plus 13.5. Add those two together, you get 15.85%. What percentage of data is between 44 and 50? Well, 44 is this line, 50 is this line, and that would be exactly 34%. That's just this one group. Remember, there's 8 different categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're just going to add up several categories if there's more than one category in the same spot. What percentage of data is above 68? So that would be only 0.15%. What percentage of the data is below 68? So that would be everybody else, which is 99.85%. So the way I did that is I just subtracted 100% minus the 0.15%, because this category, or you could add them all up. This plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. That's adding up 7 categories. What percentage of data is between 32 and 56? 32 is right here, 56 is right here. Well, keep in mind that this is 68%. So I'm going to go 68% plus 13.5% plus 2.35%. Add up those all together. Let's see, 68 plus 13.5 plus 2.35. Add them all up and you get 83.85%. What percentage of data is between 44 and 56? 44 and 56, that's an easy one, 68%, as I just talked about. That's everything within 1 standard deviation of center. What percentage of data is between 38 and 44? Here's 38, here's 44. That's only that one category, 13.5%. What percentage is between 32 and 50? That would be, okay, so half the data is below. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take half minus the one category that's not between 32 and 50, which is 0.15, and that gives me 49.85%. What percentage of data is between 32 and 68? So that would be everything within 3 standard deviations, and that would be 99.7%. All right, and this is where I'm going to stop the video. Thanks again for watching, and hope the examples have helped you. Bye-bye.